Try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around. No, I won't be turning around. Feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through, get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around. No, I won't be turning around. Feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. wanna stay, but I'm just gonna wait in the background, watching you talk to her. I know this might look bad, but I'm just gonna melt in the background, watching you lean into her. I'm a fool. I just wanna get close to you. Yeah, I wanna get close. I'm a fool. I know. Are you thinking about us too? 'Cause I don't know. Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh? I don't even know what it feels like when your eyes are staring at me. I miss them. I'm about to lose it. All of my friends telling me to leave for the night. It's for the best. I'm a fool. I just wanna get close to you. Yeah, I wanna get close. I'm a fool. I know. Are you thinking about us too? Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh? Baby. Want your kisses in the morning light. Wanna be next to you every night. No, I shouldn't love you, but I might. 'Cause your lips, they taste like cherry wine. You're no good for me. We're so bittersweet, but I still want you. I do. Baby, can't you see what you do to me? I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream. But I can't deny, I can't deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na
What's up, y'all? Sean here. Welcome to Tuesday night studio sessions. I hope we have a good night. I didn't really have a topic for tonight, just because I wanted to hang out with you guys. I see there's a lot of people in the chat already, so that's great. It's always nice when people start talking immediately. We got Steven Drone's in the house. We've got Nacho Roland in the house. Eat More Possum. So the usual. What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. It is March 23rd, 2021. I'm still working at home. I have officially been working at home for over a year now. So a lot of things, I was thinking about all the things that have changed about my channel in the last year. I will say working from home has slowed the videos down. I thought I was going to do more YouTube stuff when I started working from home, but I've actually done less. And I think that's because I'm kind of stuck at home and I keep getting sidetracked by people at work. I guess like when you work in a workplace, people know if you're busy or not, and they don't talk to you. Like if you're in the zone or something like that, and they wait till a meeting to talk to you. When everybody's at home, it's like Facebook. Like, I just thought of something. I'll chat with Kent, or I'll start talking with one of my coworkers, and then by the it just kind of, your day just kind of gets away from you. So I've noticed that change. I've also noticed that my office has changed a lot. I got this comfy chair because my back was hurting. I've moved things around. I put a curtain up, and the rest of my office is just sloppy, a big mess. So one of the things I'm planning on doing this weekend is cleaning my office, and I think I'm going to change things up about my studio. I'm not sure yet. Most of the changes might just be behind that curtain. If you guys remember, a couple years ago, the studio was in a cramped space, and the only thing that could fit in there was a bunk bed. And so my son doesn't like the bunk bed anymore. He's kind of outgrown it. So the bunk bed is going back in my office, and I think I'm going to put it back there and create some sort of like storage tunnel. It's got a really nice kind of counter all the way across it, so I might turn it into my video editing station, and still do most of my main work up here. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I measured my big screen and my two side monitors, and it like literally fits the bunk bed. So we'll see what's going on. So I want to see what StreamYards does with this really long comment. Woo! It works. That's pretty awesome. I tell you what, StreamYards is getting better and better every day. We got 5 people in here. Steven Jones said it was 33 degrees last night. It's a lot warmer here in Nashville. I will say it was pretty chilly this morning, but maybe like it was probably in the 40s this morning. So I guess it's not too far from 33. But that's cold. And I also wanted to bring this up. Worked on my camper all day getting it ready. That excites me a lot. What kind of camper you got, Steve? I brought out the pint tonight. I have I don't have a camper anymore. I've had a couple. I had a really old, I think it was a Coleman, but it was like it was like an 80s pop-up camper. So 80s that it was like pink. Like that country pink. I mean, it might have been red at one point, but it had faded to a pink. I had one of those, and then we upgraded to a 1990 something Coleman pop-up camper that was huge. It had a king size bed on one side, a queen size, like where the pop outs come out. It had a king size bed on one side, a queen size bed on the other side. It had a table and benches that turned into another double bed. and then it had a side bench that went all the way along the side of the camper that pulled out to a twin bed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could probably sleep 8 people in that camper. Nacho wants me to share something. So let me get that up. And then at one point I bought it was a pop-up camper trailer. So the camper was gone, but the steel part, it was like a flatbed trailer. For a while I was going to turn that into a teardrop camper. What I loved about it, it already had the propane place on the tongue of the trailer. It already had lights on the bumper. It also had a hitch on it, and it had the levelers, the stabilizers that come down on the side. All that was already built into the camper. All I needed to do was deck it and put some walls on it, and we were good to go. But ended up selling the Jeep that I had to pull it and all that kind of stuff. So all right, Nacho wanted me to share this, so I will. Is that the picture you wanted me to share? This is the last picture you sent me. You also sent me this one. I thought this was interesting. What's underneath there? Not sure. What's this little light under here? Is that a lens flare from up here? Like is your lights coming and hitting the lens and then bouncing off and going back down here? Just curious. It's a cool picture. And then this is what the lights look. Are these made for your car? Or I want to see like what this is attached to. Does it screw into the side of your roof rack? They're really cool. They look like they have a lot of nits. Do you know what the nit rating is on your on your lights? How many candles those lights are? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm going to share another Nacho rolling. I'm going to show something from Nacho rolling without his permission. So I'll probably get kicked off of life for doing this. But as you guys know, I am a huge avid 360er. Oh, well, dang it, Nacho. But that does answer my question. So it looks like, is this a custom-made piece, custom-made bracket that they CNC'd, or is this just happen to be the bracket for your... And it looks like rivets. Is that attached with rivets? That's interesting. Or are those really small Allen keys? Those look like rivets. I'm all confused now. I want to see this thing installed. Because usually like aftermarket lights have, they have bolts and nutserts and all kinds of stuff. I think nutserts are fun. Do y'all know what a nutsert is? When I had my Jeep Wrangler, we used nutserts all over the place. And what it is if you got like a steel tube bumper and you drill a hole in one side, you put the nutsert in and you start screwing things in, and it flattens on the other side and like grabs onto the steel. All right. I don't know what's coming across, so I'm going to. Things keep happening. All right, this is the last one. I want to show you a video. But I think those lights are really cool. First time I ever saw like LED type lights on the top of a kind of an off-road vehicle was when Angelina Jolie was Tomb Raider, and there was a Tomb Raider like Lara Croft edition Jeep Wrangler, and it had just like this light right here, but it had four of them. Like if you took this light and cut it into four pieces, it had those lights stretched across it, and it was like a silver Jeep, but it had like little red accents. That Jeep was so beautiful. But that's what those lights remind me of. So 40,000 lumens. So let me see. Okay, so one nit represents more light than one lumen. All right, I'm not going to do that math. Okay. But that is awesome. I really like your lights. So I want to remove that, and we're going to still be talking about Nacho's car. SUV, what do you call it? I think it's like a crossover, right? All right, we're going to share this now. This is a video Nacho did with his GoPro Max, which is a 360 camera from GoPro. Pretty awesome. He's got the tiny planet going on. I love tiny planets on top of cars in parking garages. I think it's so cool. The tunnel effect with all of the little cement beams going back and forth. I've done this with my Jeep Renegade, and it's so cool. And then it does a really good job translating the dynamic range. As soon as you go outside, all of a sudden it's a money shot. And then I like the time lapse going on here. Very cool. I like the flipping going on with the transition. I think that was on purpose. And then I love like the tiny planet. I love everything about this. And then the tunnel. There's a tunnel coming up that's super sweet. Ah, so good. So good, y'all. Good job, Nacho. I commend you, sir. I know you're blowing the dust off of your GoPro Max, but I want to see some more videos. I think you definitely have a handle on 360 magic. I want to see what kind of camper Steve's got. Oh. Phew. Thought I was going to screw everything up just now. I almost closed the StreamYard window, which would be horrible. Yes, you can. That's awesome. I've done a video on, I think I made a video and I never published it, but I had bought a pole. I think it was a 20-foot painter's pole. It's not a pretty pole. It's white with like a blue top. I wanted to get one of those that kind of ratchets, because those hold pretty well. But I did a video and I picked a horrible day. It was a cloudy day, and I stuck one of my 360 cameras up on the pole. And then it's actually at the ballpark that you and I met at, Nacho. And I put it up against the fence and got my 360 camera over the fence. So if you think how tall the fence is behind the batter on a baseball field, I got it up above that, and I thought it would be such a cool shot in the evening when an actual game's going on. But so I'm trying to find Stephen Drone's camper name. Sundance Travel Camper. Whoa. I'm going to share my screen. These are huge. Is it one of these bigger ones? Or is it one of these more of like a smaller one? Is it a fifth wheel? Not fifth wheel. Is it a fifth wheel? Is that what that's called? All right, he'll send me one. I was trying to think of what I was going to show. I can't think of what the name of that camper was. It was like an A-frame teardrop. I was going to build. A-liner. That's what it was. So this is the type of camper that I was going to build. It's a pop-up camper, but for me it was going to be really easy to build because there's no like curves. A lot of teardrop campers you see have a lot of curves, but I was going to build, using piano hinges. I was going to build the bottom, and you build the bed and everything solid, like the cabinets and all that kind of stuff down in here in this bottom part. And then everything else just kind of folds on top of itself. So if you look at this picture, that's where like the top cover folds up, and then there's another layer underneath that comes up to form sort of a teepee, or like an angled roof. And then these side pieces come up, and on the side pieces, that's where you'd put all the windows. So I'd cut out a triangle out of a piece of out of 2x4, and then pull that up on the other side. And then everything is, once you buckle everything in, it's a solid structure. And then I was going to fold out these two sides where the beds are. So you'd be able to put like a double bed on this side, a double bed on that side, fold everything up. And there was going to be even room. I was just going to build a shelf that these beds were on, and then the kids could sleep underneath each of us. So it was going to be kind of like really compact, like twin, or I'm sorry, I was going to put a shelf here with a twin bed on each side, and then I was going to put a larger bed for me and my wife down at the bottom, and that was going to be something that could house the four of us. My kids are getting big though, so wouldn't be easy. But if you look at these, like getting these angles, it makes a curve enough for going down the road. And this is kind of what the inside looks like. So the middle part is definitely the only part that you could stand up in, but these side areas is kind of where you would sleep at night. But again, this is an A-liner. This is one you would actually buy. But I was planning on just building it myself because it didn't seem that complicated. And it was going to be one of those things that I would just build over time. First, it would be like a plywood box that, I painted the outside of it, and then we put some mattresses in it. And then over time, I'd build out a cabinet, or, find some cabinet from an old house that they were tearing down or something like that, and just throw it in there and repaint it or stuff like that. And then this is what it looks like going down the road. Wow, that's a big picture. Actually, let's play this video. We're going to mute it. So this is kind of what the A-liner looks like. This is the one that's not folded out, but it's got kind of off-road tires. I want to get to the, and that's kind of what the inside is. So everything in here is below this hinge right here. So I thought it'd make an awesome little camper. It'd be, oh, here, this is it. So this is what it looks like, all folded up. He's got some, I forget what those are called, struts, to pull it up. And then you pull one side, and it kind of fits in this lip right here. So it'd be really easy to waterproof it by making this little lip. And then you basically just put both sides up. So anyway, I was going to make one of those, but didn't get around to it. I still might do it in my spare time. And like, it's one of those campers that I could fit in the garage. So, but maybe it's just something we should get next. But let me check my email. And any of y'all are welcome to come in and chat if you want to. I know Nacho likes to be famous. Ooh. So that's Stephen Drone's camper. That's a long camper, man. That's too much camper for me. I see you've got a truck in front of it. Is that what you pull it with? So that is Stephen Drone's Sundance Camper. All right. I got all kinds of people sending me stuff right now. So now I'm going to check out Nacho's latest video. I guess I don't get notifications anymore from your videos, Nacho. All right, here we go. This is Nacho's. I'm on mute, so I won't get any copyright strikes this time. Nice. Whoa. Epilepsy alert. I can see Nacho's legs. That's a great location, man. Is that a boat dock down there? Let's go back and look at that again. So we're going to pause it right here. So I see like some radio towers. It looks kind of like this looks like utilities. And this looks like a little bike trail or like a walking trail. And then that's a neighborhood. There's Nacho's legs. He's got his "Mama Gonna Knock You Out" hoodie on. All right, that right there. Is that where you can take like a canoe into the river? That's a very cool spot. That is a great. Is that the helix or is that a? It looks like a helix to me. Oh wait, I removed myself from the stream. I tell you what, man, that helix shot is amazing. I love the helix. Just like the parallax, like of down low. Like if you start the helix really low, you've got all of the, the trees and the distance and the buildings in the distance, and as you go up, it's just a wonderful reveal. What's the other one? Orbit? Is it just an orbit? Or is there another one? Maybe it's called Orbit. It's been a long time since I've done any quick shots. I am, as you can see back right there, I've got the DJI Mavic Air 2. Definitely going to be playing a lot more with the DJI Mavic Air 2. I was talking with Brent this week about, I was thinking about buying an Inspire because, you know, Uncle Sam's stimulus came in and I was all ready to get the DJI FPV drone, but every video, every real life video, real world video that I see, everybody's crashing the thing. I don't feel like I would crash it because I don't think I would be risky enough to do some of the things that I'm watching people do. I'm not going to do a barrel roll into the concrete or do a front flip with, I'm not going to do a front flip from 30 feet in the air and realize that I just flew myself into the concrete. I'm not going to nosedive down a building. I'm not going to bounce off the ground. Like, those are all the things that I've seen people do, but there are people that I would trust in the drone community have messed theirs up and are already on their second DJI refresh version of it. And even the Get FPV meetup that was this weekend, like the best video from that was a guy flying a DJI FPV drone with the hand controller, like the little Wiimote that flies it. And there was nothing safe about what I saw. I think it was Dan from Drone Worship. He had his GoPro on, and I looked in the background and I saw the DJI FPV drone go woo, woo, like flying in circles and then nosedive like a seagull into the ocean. And so as a drone guy, you're not supposed to fly near people. And I know it's a drone meetup, so everybody there knows the rules and understands that people are going to be flying drones around them. But there's like 50 people on the side of the ocean, some paying attention to the drone, some having conversations with each other, and that drone, looked like it was going 60 miles an hour. I think it can go up to, maybe it can only go up 60 miles an hour. But that drone was going so fast. I mean, it could have taken somebody out if it hit somebody. So I feel like I'm too old for the DJI FPV drone. I was going to buy the Inspire, and then I had a thought to buy the DJI Mavic Pro 2. But then I was like, I've got an H Plus back there that I never fly. I've got the Evo 2 Pro that I've flown 3 times. This pandemic, has just kept me in my office and I don't fly anymore. So I'm going to either fly the drones that I have or sell the drones that I have and save up for the Mavic 3 Pro. And then that's the next drone I'll put on my channel. But out of all the drones that I have in my arsenal, I've got the DJI Mavic Air, but I've got the Air 2 that's way better. So I might as well just sell the Air and just move to the Air 2. I've got the Mavic Mini. It's really cool, but I don't ever fly it. To me, it would be just kind of a gimmick drone that I'd maybe put the Go 2 on, the Insta360 Go 2. I've got some FPV drones, and I did want to get into that hobby, but I don't know. I don't know that I want to learn something new. I don't know that I want to go backwards and learn something new. And I don't want to pick on FPV, and I don't want to make fun of anybody that's learning FPV, but there are, like, the hobby and the tinkering part of it is something that I just don't have time for right now. I love to tinker. I love to make things work. I love to build things myself. But between my day job, raising a teenager, Um, running a YouTube channel, I don't know that I have time to learn how to do that kind of stuff. So I'm going to kind of stick to the stuff that I do know, and that's 360 video and photography drones. And I'm just going to start using my tools that I have and make beautiful content. I feel like that's something that I've lost since I've been doing this YouTube channel is I've become more of an instructor and less of a creator. So um, I want to get back to that place. Oh yeah, cheer practice. Um, that's another thing. I got a cheerleader and I got a football player. And I got a wife who's a teacher that's grading papers all the time. And I got a cat that likes to lick my face all the time. I mean, between all that, and my mother lives with us, so I'm taking care of her. She had cancer last week, so she had surgery for that. It's COVID. It still is COVID, everybody. I know we're all getting vaccines. In the state of Tennessee, April 5th, I can get my vaccine. I thought they were doing it 10 years a pop, and then they went from 65 all the way down to 16. So I have to compete with 16 and up, which is everybody in Tennessee. So hopefully I will be able to get since I work from home and I won't be in school all day, there should be an opening somewhere for me to get my vaccine shot. And then once I get my vaccine shot, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going out. Nacho's got both of his shots. My wife gets her second shot on Friday. She's a teacher. What does that mean? Your mother qualifies for you to get it now. So if I live with someone that's older, I get to get it? That would be wonderful. All right, so Ross Shiven said, my site has no internet to access on mobile or computer. So drone line, drone deploy. So drone link doesn't deploy. Would you recommend me some apps? So Ross, let me know what kind of drone you have. First of all, let's start there. I know if you have a Parrot Anafi or a Parrot Bebop, you can download Google Maps for offline flying. And I think DroneLink is actually working on, let me look that up. Pretty sure DroneLink is working on an offline solution. And basically, it's something you need to do. When I say offline solution, it's where you would have to download the maps ahead of time. So if you know, like if you build a mission and then you know you're going to fly that area, what you do is when you're at home and you have you're hooked up to Wi-Fi, you can download all of the maps for that specific location. Let me see. So currently, DroneLink does not support downloading maps for offline, but you can use the on the fly functions under the lightning icon. You can download your plans and functions while you are still online, navigate to any plan or function, and tap the More button in the top right to load that plan. So if you know for sure that you're in the right spot, essentially you could do that, but I would say do it at your own risk. Um, uh, so that's what I would say with DroneLink. So Ross has the Mavic Air 2. I don't know. Let's look around. I want to say Litchi would do it. Now, Mavic Air 2 was just added to the mobile SDK for DJI. So let's just look here. I can put this on the screen. Litchi has a horrible website. I'm just going to say. Okay, maybe not. This looks better. Don't want to do that. So Litchi is compatible with DJI Spark, Mavic, Phantom, and Inspire. Now it's a Mavic Air 2. So let's see if there's actually a compatibility list. It says Mavic, but I'm not sure Mavic Air 2 is in the Mavic section, because that was kind of a vague description. Let's see what's new. So in November they just added the Mavic Mini 1. So I'm going to say the Mavic Air 2 is not on Litchi yet, just because if they're based on the mobile SDK, then everybody is kind of waiting for that. So that's not an option. What's another one, guys? I used to use something. It was like, let me see. Amongst yourself, y'all. So Mavic Air 2 does have waypoints, but I'm not sure about the offline thing. Ross, I'm not sure about that. I think the Mavic Air 2, since they just released it on the SDK, so how software works is they have to DJI releases an SDK, which is kind of a backdoor into their drone, similar to like when a developer designs an application for the Apple Store. There's Xcode that a developer needs to access all the functionality of the phone, where they can access the microphone or the camera and stuff like that. Same as the since the DJI Mavic Air 2 has a lot of new technology, like it has the air sense, where it's senses an airplane coming in. It's got APAS, I think 3.0. It's got all these kind of new features that aren't available in the old mobile SDK. So they had to add those things to the mobile SDK. Then they have to test it. And then once it's safe enough to release to the public, they release it. And then the developers get to add, they get to build their application based on the mobile SDK. Now, mobile SDK has been out for a long time. There are, the DJI Mavic Pro original is on it. So, so developers at this point are kind of used to developing for the DJI. So like Litchi, once the SDK is released, it might take them a month to knock out compatibility with theirs. I know with DroneLink, I've been in beta for maybe 2 months. So all of that works out. But I don't think there's anything that will help with your situation right now, Ross. When you say your site, is it the location that you're flying at? Yeah, you might be out of luck as far as creating a mission for a site that you have no internet for. Your controller knows where it is. It has GPS location. So essentially you could run a mission. I don't know, without internet, I'd be afraid to do anything that wasn't built in the app itself. I'm pretty sure Mavic Air 2 has waypoints. I haven't tried it yet. All right, so this is, I'm going to give credit to Ian in London. So this is a waypoint mission. This is actually a good idea for a video for me to do. So I might add this to my videos coming up. I've turned the audio off so that we won't get any issues. But so basically what you do with creating a mission in Waypoints is, in the DJI Mavic Air 2 app, is you actually have to fly it to that location. So you can't pre-plan a mission. But basically what he's doing is he flew his drone to a specific spot, looked in a certain area, and hit the plus button. Okay? Now what he's going to do is he's going to go to another spot in a different location, point the camera somewhere, and create another waypoint. And then so he's going to fly to different spots and do waypoints. And then this is, hopefully he'll show what it looks like. Maybe he's doing a hyperlapse or something. Yeah, so he's doing a hyperlapse. All right, Gregory, what's up, man? You can plan a mission with DroneLink without the internet if you press the lightning symbol. Is that on the app? Okay, so right on the very right, there's a lightning symbol. It's definitely different than the icon on their description, but these are what's called on-the-fly functions. Okay, so basically what this is, you use the drone and, yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. So Gregory said, fly to a point, aim the camera, and it is set. And so in here, there's a lot of perimeters. I clicked but if you guys watched my last live stream, we created a path. Did we create a path? I didn't create a path. In my next video I'm about to put out, I created a path. But yeah, I'll have to do a video on that. I don't want to say things that I don't understand yet. So I will learn how to do that on the fly. I'll put my phone in airplane mode so I don't have the internet, and we'll work it out from there. I will say, if you don't have any internet, there's a good chance you don't have any maps. So you'll have to do it like the on-the-fly functions will have to act just like waypoints, because you're going by your camera. Now there's GPS location that you will have on your drone and your controller, but if you don't have the internet, you won't have access to, I think DroneLink uses like Here Now is one of the map databases that it uses. But so there's a good chance you won't have any maps. There's a good chance you won't have and access to the cloud to download things. So So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. That sounds like a great topic for a video. Thanks for hanging out, Gregory. Hope you're enjoying the chat. Tonight's kind of a ramble. I don't have a specific topic. I just kind of wanted to just kind of hang out a little bit. Nacho, I don't know if you noticed that little guy. Smaller than my thumb. We got the Insta360 Go 2 that we're about to do some videos on. I'm going to slap this on some drones and maybe get some cool kind of behind the cockpit of the drone. I really like videos where you can see the drone and you can see what's behind it, like what it's flying through, because you get a good perspective of how awesome your drone actually is, bouncing around the wind and stuff. Like when you look at the video, you're like, man, that's buttery smooth video. That drone's not like, that drone is very stable, but you realize the gimbal's making it very stable. And when you see the drone's like bouncing around. Brent, who hangs out on the channel a lot, he had a 360 camera on his Inspire on a really windy day, and like his drone was bouncing all over the place. I've got videos where I have my GoPro Fusion, or I got my GoPro Max underneath my Unique Typhoon H Plus, and the Plus is just kind of bouncing around in the wind. But since the gyro and the accelerometer and all the stuff in the Insta360 cameras, stabilization's so good, like the horizon's buttery smooth, but the drone's like bouncing all around and stuff. So that's a plan. And since we're all getting vaccinated, we're having camp this year. So I'm going to go spend a week with a bunch of teenagers, filming them all over the place. And I think this is the year that I'm buying things that I've always wanted but couldn't afford. And now it's old enough that I can afford it now. So this is my new toy. I had so many... I 3D printed a base last night. And when the base was still hot, I shoved my Osmo down in it so that it would form to this. But check it out, y'all. I got the Zenmuse X5. So basically what I'm going to do at camp this year is I'm going to put it like this. And I'm going to lock it in. Let's see, which one is it? Is it 4? And so I'm going to kind of move the camera like that. I'm going to put it on a rig. So super excited about that. So I've got the horizon locked now. So I'm going to follow people around. It's got a micro 4/3 lens on it. So yeah, I'm super excited about this little guy. The first day I didn't like it, but I don't think it's really meant to shoot yourself. It's really meant to shoot somebody else. I wish it had tracking. I found out it does not track anything. So it's definitely going to be me shooting everything. But camp is one of the few things that I do that at, where so that's that. Pretty exciting. My presentation's getting all whacked. And so that's also why I have the viral light back there right here. Since I'm working from home, I can take these like trips into the woods. I don't have to be worried that I'm, business casual at work. I can wear shorts and stuff. So on my lunch breaks, I'm going to go to some of the national parks around me and set up the Y-roll cam. It has a maybe 30-meter cable that came with it, and then I have a 100-meter cable. So I'm going to spend like an afternoon in the woods setting up this 100-meter wire, going through the trees, and then I'm going to put my 8K Coup cam. I'm going to put my Coup cam 8K 360 camera on it, and I'm going to let it go down the path really, really slow, do a time lapse. I've got all kinds of plans for that. We're going to try the Insta360. We might try a whole bunch of cameras all at once and just see, do a stabilization test while it's kind of wobbling back and forth on the cable. So that's one of my other plans. And I want a drone that will carry the QCam 8K smoothly. That's kind of why I was looking at an Inspire. I still might get an Inspire, but Brent kind of talked me out of it because he said the batteries aren't manufactured anymore for the Inspire 1. And so I started going down this rabbit trail because a guy had one for $500. And I was like, an Inspire for $500, I can do that. But it didn't have a camera on it. And then I started brainstorming with Brent on getting a camera for it, or putting an DJI Air unit on it, all kinds of weird stuff. And then I decided to not get that. So anyway, but now I saw one that I can pick up tomorrow that has 2 controllers and 3 batteries. So if I get into DroneLink as much as I'm planning on this summer, I think if I fly a successful mission with the Inspire and everything goes well, then I can strap some cameras on the bottom of that and still, I think I can make something really, really cool. Having an 8K 360 video. Now, all of the, I might do it on the H Plus. There's a curved cable cam on the H Plus, so I think I might try that out too. Have you done anything with the curved cable cam? That's hard to say. The curved cable cam on the H Plus, Steve? I've never tried it. I do know there's a cruise control on the H Plus, so you can kind of point it in one direction and then just kind of let it cruise in that direction. You could take your hands off the sticks and start focusing on the camera. But I don't know that I would want. So I'll show you what I'm planning. I can't find it anywhere, but there's not much for the Typhoon H Plus, but it is also an H520, is the same frame. So I was looking at there's like this Parrot camera mount. Here's a picture of it. And that's as big as it'll get. But it kind of hangs on the back of it. So, and for those of you that aren't familiar with the unique Typhoon H Plus, it is a hexacopter. Mine's not orange. This is the H520. This is the commercial version of it. But I have the prosumer version of it that is kind of like a charcoal color, like a silverish, like a charcoal silver. Pewter. Maybe it's like pewter. That's a funny word, pewter. But I really like this mount on the back legs. The only thing that I'm worried about is the weight if this weight ever pulled one of the legs down, I mean, you're done for, right? If it pulls these two legs down, you're done. So I can't put much weight on these legs. The other option is, well, no. So I also saw there's these lights, and that's it right there. Here it is. So if you can see in this picture, it has these mounts right here that go on the landing gear. I'd feel more safe with that, but with a 360 camera, I'd really want it to hang down here. And I don't know, I just feel like the mounting system, I mean, this camera's pretty heavy, so the mounting system's probably fine. But so that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't even know what that means. Windows 10 pewter. I don't know what that means. Is that a BB gun? I don't know what that means, Brett. Sorry. So Stephen Jones says, how about on top? I think on top would be easy. The only thing that worries me about on top is that's where your GPS is. So I never want to hinder my GPS drone from accessing GPS. I've put a lot of cameras on top of things, on the sides of, I put cameras on top and I put cameras on bottom. On bottom is the safest place to put a camera because, you're lifting it. Whereas if you put something on top of the drone, you're pushing it up. And I know a lot of FPV drones, that's what they do. They put cameras on top of the drone itself. But, and either way, it can handle it. But this is what I really want. I don't know if it will put a big picture. This is what I need, actually. Look at this guy. So what I really want to do is I want to put the 360 camera right here. So once I get it, because on the ground, the landing gear will protect the camera. I don't have to toss the drone up in the air or anything like that. I can take off from where I'm at. And then once I'm up in the air, it will lift up. The landing gear lifts up. And I might just use the same mount that I've been using. I mean, I've done it before. I'm just not as confident with it. I'll just show you the video. I think I showed it last week, actually. Maybe I didn't. I feel like I've shown it recently. I'll show the 360 version of it. Running a commercial. All right, so this is my Unique Typhoon H Plus, or no, this might be the original H. And And as you can see, well, okay. So if you can see in the shadow, so right here, there's the drone. So this is basically the camera mount, and I've got the camera hanging down, and right there you can see in the shadow, that's where my GoPro X Max is. And then it's going to take a while to load now. So right here, oh, that's an ugly shot of me. Let's look around on this other side. Oh, nope. So right here, you can see the landing gears coming down. So we're right underneath the drone. And then this is me flying it around, and you can see the landing gear on both sides. So what I love about this scenario with it being up here, and is kind of why I wanted to get the Inspire, is that the landing gear goes up. So now from a 360 standpoint, I see a lot of the ground. You know, my drone's still up in the sky. So, but once I'm in the air, I can replace that with a blue patch. Or I could put a small 360 camera on top and capture the sky and then replace the sky later. That would be kind of complicated. But, and this is me just kind of testing. So I'm flying really low to the ground. I don't think I get very high. Let's see. Maybe I get high here. Okay, so here I get up really high. So, there's an ad. Well, I'll just make a couple bucks here. All right, so I get pretty high here over the trees, so it would be pretty good to patch, and pretty easy to patch this with this blue sky. The only big thing would be the sun, but I've done it in the past where I've taken a picture with my 360 camera from the ground and got the entire sky, and then I just replaced the whole drone flight with that sky. This is actually really easy because there's just a sun and then everything else is blue. And then basically you just don't do the takeoff. And I've actually patched the sky somewhere. Let's see. By the way, guys, we're at 6,200. Over to 6,200. That's pretty awesome. So let me see. No. Nope. I don't know how to find it. So I missed what you guys were saying. So Stephen Drone said on the landing gear would be better. Is that a question or a statement? Also, a camera on a pole or string typically causes oscillation and a whole lot of vibrating. I got one of those. Actually, let me see if I've got, I don't know if it's still up or not. No, I didn't. I took it down. I had a video where my GoPro was sitting on top of my Unique Typhoon H and it vibrated and fell down. I was going to play that, but I don't know how to find that right now. Stephen Jones says, I had a rope on it with a hook, and I picked up a drone, and it was... So you caught a possum with a hook and a flag? That's pretty crazy. What is going on? Oh, you flew a flag with your drone. Got it. I was just playing with you, Steve. Well, this has been a fun night, y'all. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. I am going to sign off, but it's really, really great that you guys came and hung out. I never know how these are going to go whenever I don't have a specific topic to talk about. But tonight it went really, really well. And the reason it went really, really well is because I had some great people in here chatting up. So stay tuned to my channel for more videos. Planning on doing... It rained today, and I might go buy an Inspire tomorrow. I don't know. I love the idea of using DroneLink with my Inspire and strapping cameras to it. That's what I really, really love the idea of. I'm not sure I want to strap cameras to smaller drones anymore, just because of the oscillation and the wobble that Brent was talking about. Inspire is meant to carry a payload. The Unique Typhoon H is meant to carry a payload. So I might try to figure out something to do with the Insta3 or with the Unique Typhoon H, but I might not. So yeah. The Inspires are dead set sexy with the moving landing gear. Yep, that's what I that's what I think about my Unique Typhoon H Plus too. I'm like, when I see that landing gear go up, I'm like, oh, yes. And then something else I love about my Unique Typhoon H, which the Inspire does not do, is the camera can go around in 360 and just keep going. The Inspire will go 360 degrees, but then it has to turn back around. So you can set a pan forever on your Unique Typhoon H Plus and just have the pan just keep going around. And then you don't even have to play with the camera. You just start flying your drone, and the shots you get are just ridiculous. If you can source a couple of good condition batteries for the Inspire, it's a cool bird. The Inspire will haul booty too. That's another thing I'm worried about. My Unique Typhoon H Plus goes 45 miles an hour. I don't know how fast the Inspire goes, but I've seen a guy fly it really, really fast. And I think I'm going to have to get insured. Get really good insurance. But, I mean, the other fear is flying it autonomously and then it dropping out of the sky over something that I didn't want it to go over. So, but with that, thank you all for coming and hanging out. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell for notifications when I put out more awesome videos about really cool tech. Until the next video, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out, y'all.